We have a very, 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 very special guest here today in Cash Talks. And that is the legendary one-fourth of Crucial Conflict, Mr. Coldhard.
You did. What up, Cash?
How you doing, my man?
Blessed, blessed.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Cole. It's really an honor to have you here, because it's full circle for me, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, you were probably one of the only, well, the first and only due to the fact that my mixtapes got cut from under me right after you made an appearance on one of them. But you were the first person to reach out to me and embrace me and do something on my mixtape for the love of the sport, the game, the mixtape game, the music game, which is what we're in. By saying that, it's full circle for me, really, because you're the first person on my first show.
Yeah.
So it's only right that it just glued together like that and fell into place like that.
Blessings.
Tell us how you're doing, man. First and foremost, I'm a people person, so I want to know how you are.
What? I'm doing great, man. Blessings is falling out of the clouds from every set of rain it is. You know what I mean? My children are doing great. My daughters and my sons, they doing fantastic. Family life is 100%. You know what I'm saying? Everything is good with family, and everything is good with friends. Staying productive.
Well, I mean, speaking of family, it's like, we before we started and put the mics on, we calling this person, checking with this person. We come to find out we a little more closer than what we think.
It's a blessing, man.
But today we really, we're here to talk about your journey, but not only talk about your journey, but at the same time, like, give you your flowers, right? Because I feel like a lot of times
I'm gonna smoke.
we don't give people their flowers, while they're here.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to give you your flowers up front, before you bless us with your journey and everything you've been through, with the wonderful contributions you've made to the music scene here. Let's just start it from the beginning. How did you get started in the music industry? Where do you think was that first inclination? I know you're a vivid and candid individual. Like, where was that first inclination where you felt music grabbed you and said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
My sister Lynn. I'm going to start with my auntie Linda. She used to throw talent shows in my grandmother's backyard, and the neighborhood would come in the backyard and watch us, beatbox or improv songs, you know what I'm saying? My cousin Tanya would be singing I Got Muscles by Diana Ross, and I would be the model, all the muscles and everything like that. Then me and my cousin Brown would imitate doing the Fat Boys, and different stuff like that. And my sister's boyfriend at the time, my big sister Lynn, boyfriend, he had a rap called The Gates of Hell.
The Gates of Hell.
Him, my man Vince, and this guy Reggie Minor, these are older cats on the block. My man T-Man father, Vince. They was cold, man. I heard them do a rap called Gates of Hell, and I went and tried to write me one to their song. And they thought it was pretty cool, but that still didn't, like, you need to rap. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
So was it more gradual, you think, the evolution of you as a rapper? Or do you think there was another, like...
It was. My sister, my big sister Leah, she won some tickets to a Run DMC Beastie Boy concert at the Rosemont Horizon in like 85.
There you have it. That's a treat.
We had like 5th row seats.
Nice.
And I left there with the spirit, man. I left there with the spirit. I kept trying to write, and then it came out with the movie Crush Groove. Crush Groove.
Yeah, that's
When LL walked in to do an audition, and he boxed.
those are those moments.
That did it, man.
Those hip hop moments.
As I rap in front of people, I kept hearing, "You good, man. You good." My man Mighty Joe was like, "Hey, man, if anybody ever hear you, you gonna blow up. I'm telling you, you cold." So then battles was happening after the house party. You know, everybody was dancers in Chicago. Everybody started off dancing, you know. And after the house music go off, they put on break beats.
Right.
You know, James Brown, the boom, just give me some more. You know, and I flow off it and send the party up. You know, battle a couple people, serve them. You know.
So we're talking the essence, like
Yeah.
the essence of hip hop, like
Yeah.
the park in New York,
All
but
that.
here in Chicago in the
Yeah.
backyard, boogies
the
and all
basements.
the basements,
You know,
the
cause
sweaty basements.
It's very, you know, and we was also break dancers, you know, gymnasts. We used to do tumbling and different stuff, spray painting,
Right.
you know. But I was never good at the graffiti, so you know, I stuck to what I was good at, and that's talking shit.
Right.
And it happened one day. 1993, I was on Kildare and Cortez. My grandmother stayed over there. I was in K-Town. A friend of mine's little brother, a friend of mine that passed away, Jermaine Fields. He got a little brother named Cleve that was doing beats for a big time guy on the south side named Nate Hill. A big time cat from Pocket Town.
Yeah,
Nate Hill. He was doing production for him, and Nate was taking care of him and treating him good. And also the member of the group COG, Gold Eyes from COG, was also one of the producers. And they flew me to New York, man. My first time back on the plane since I was 2. And fresh out of jail, all that, you know what I mean? I flew to New York with nothing but a notebook, because that's all I was about, you know. He said, I know a cat that pay people to write songs and stuff like that. I was like, okay, let me see, you know, whatever. He booked me a flight, and you know, I went.
So what would you say the scene was like, 90s era Chicago? Like, you know, the streets and music have always been synonymous, right? So like you mentioned cats like Nate Hill, and,
Yeah.
you know, those names ring a bell to me from my other world aside from music. So like, what was the scene like back then? Was it always like the guy with the bag, he gonna get us there, this, that, and the third?
We really believed in our street heroes.
Right.
We believed in them, and we had never seen people make the kind of money they were making.
Right.
You know, even though I wrote songs over with Pocket Town and records and stuff like that with Nate Hill and them, I still wasn't comfortable with being over there because, you know, I'm just getting back in tune with the world. I just got out of jail, you know, now I'm over in New York for 2 months writing songs. You know, it was all just moving so fast for me. But Wild Style, you know, called me down in New York and was like, hey man, you wanna come and go to California with us? You know what I'm saying? We finna go down there and get up with Death Row. You know what I'm saying? Snoop saying he'll battle anybody for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So we had went to California. I flew back to Chicago, got in the car, and Wild them, went to the studio, which later on became the Barn, and flew to Cali. And we was down there rapping for every goddamn body. And we was in Vegas, we was rapping for everybody. We rhyming and rhyming and rhyming. When we came back, we had made a song called To the Left. Me, Wild, Kilo, in Cue Ball, we had came up with a song To the Left. Everybody liked it. The song never was on house arrest, so we couldn't get him on the song yet. We had to bond him on house arrest. And after we made that song, we took another trip to California. We were listening to that song all the way there and playing Murder Was the Case soundtrack and different stuff, the Above the Rim soundtrack, listening to it driving to California and just vibing, going through those mountains and stuff.
Can you straighten out to me a lot of people don't know, I guess it's information or public information that like Crucial originally was what? Kilo, Wild Style, a guy named Gino and T, or Smooth Little T, right? Yeah. So how did that reformulation happen and when? So is it like you say you're with Wild Style, you're going to California, New York. Did the reformulation, because it seems like you were already like...
We were all friends already.
Okay.
We had known each other from neighborhood parties. And, Crucial Conflict been going on since 1988.
88.
I entered the group in 1994, me and Never.
Okay.
Smooth T and Lil Gino, they were still young and finishing school and different stuff of that nature, so they fell back from the music to, have education careers, what I'm saying?
That's cool.
And get back in school, Meantime, Between Time, Wild and Kilo, because Smooth T, all of them as a group had been traveling. They had been going to Jack the Rappers and coming back and telling us in the hood and showing us pictures of different celebrities they had been running into and all that. I seen pictures of Snoop, Tupac, Arrested Development, Nikki D, KRS, when they had pictures with everybody, man, James Brown, Michael Jackson. They had done seen everybody already, and when those younger guys went back to school and stuff, it kind of made some small separation, with the guys they were previously with. Some guys, TC R&R was backing them at the time, and I guess they were having some difficulties. I think they had got incarcerated. The guys that was, funding them at the time, I think they had got incarcerated and left everything spacious. Kilo had moved to Houston, Texas.
It's funny that there's always like this stuff in the background going on, right? Like, all the labels, the street labels, they always start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
The origin of them comes from a backer, somebody from the street, and those people start to have troubles, and then those troubles seep over into the career of someone, and they have to leave this label, go to that label, fold this, fold that, and it's a restructuring. So
get bought off the label, that's my group. Give me certain amount of money for these guys, then you can have them if you're gonna do right by them or whatever. So it fell in.
So as you fall into the name, can you tell me a little bit about the origins of the name and what inspired the name? I know that publicly everybody says, everybody's from different areas and there was conflict because everybody was from a different part. But I'm assuming there couldn't have been conflict because the music was meshing so well and y'all was vibing so well. So there couldn't have been conflict. So I'm wondering, like, where did really like Crucial Conflict come from or originate from?
Well, by me getting in the group in '94, those were also my questions. You know what I'm saying? How y'all come up with that name? That's so cold-blooded. I guess it was Wild Style, this guy by the name of Rocky G. And it was Kilo. I guess, Wild and Rocky G came up with the name Crucial Conflict. When I got in the group and I started getting involved, we were thinking, like, why change the name? That name's so cold-blooded. Then I was admiring it. Anyway, I thought they was cold-blooded artists. Anyway, they had their own production and they could make beats. Wild Style was so wicked with the beats. He still is a super giant in production. And this how it fell in. You know what I'm saying? Wild Style And Kilo also got up with another neighborhood mogul by the name of Terrell. You know what I'm saying? Later on became Shorty Capone.
Shorty Capone.
And he had a facility, rather, where you can, be productive at, which was Laymar Productions at that time, ran by Chuck, Reggie, and a guy by the name of Lamar Scott. They were producing groups such as Fusky and Danny Boy, and a girl by the name of Chrissy, and Jennifer Hudson them came through our camp and everything, man, as kids.
Nice.
We didn't sign them or anything like that there, but.
So you've had a long, wonderful career, right?
Yeah, man.
In music, you've met the who's, you say Jennifer Hudson's, you say,
everybody.
Snoop, and going over
man.
over to Death Row West, and you was in New York.
Yeah.
Who would you say in that era was like your biggest form of inspiration? Like when you were in like the trenches of Crucial Conflict and you hadn't broke through yet, like, that person where you looked at him and then, man, I want to be like that. I want to be him, or he inspires me to do what I'm doing, times 10.
Honestly, nobody.
Nobody.
We were concentrating on being different from everybody in the game, and because we felt we was fans of all the before us. Everybody, we loved everybody that came before us. Everybody that came before us. So we were inspired already, and we already had ambitions of being titans in the rap game. Crucial Conflict had them went around the world.
Yeah.
A couple of times before I even got in the group. So they had the visual of how it go when you get there. Oh, y'all gonna love it when we get down here. Straight up. Yeah. Oh, y'all gonna love it when we hit this spot. Oh, let's kill it. The energy was from us being together. We stayed in the studio for 2 years straight, like without hearing other people's music or letting any other outside influence get in our ear.
And not to cut you off, but I mean, it's very hard to ever even really say, Chicago-wise or anywhere, oh, this group sounds like Crucial Conflict. There's nothing that's ever sounded like Crucial Conflict. Crucial Conflict's been their own thing, right? Even when you feature on, a record from Rob or whoever you did records with, that Crucial sound came all the way through, and nothing ever really came close. Maybe Mystical with his little bit of his animation in his first couple of videos. I was like, he's borrowing from my mans and them, But I never heard anything in close similarity or proximity to you guys. So it's like,
really love that cat right there, man. Mystical. He actually had a chance to come out before we did.
Yeah.
Crucial Conflict had an album out before I got in a group called Crucial Times.
Right.
It did a locally good sales or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it charted the top or, got on the billboards and nothing like that there. When we got together, we had a whole nother machine working. It had became different. It started to get better, and we was able, due to Shorty Capone having certain access, because he had certain access, man,
Have you heard anything recently in the musical landscape that you say, man, there's a little crucial fingerprint in this act or this group? Is there anything that's caught your attention in that way?
Yeah, a lot of them, but we weren't concentrating on if they still in our stuff or not. We were liking the fact that we was changing the game rhyme wise.
Right.
Like you could rhyme different, because you had people think we rap fast, but we don't. We do
kind of like
slow rap that sound fast.
Right.
It was the music that was high intensity
Yeah.
that made people think that we were rapping fast, but we wasn't. If you recite the song with us, you'd be like, oh yeah, they know that ain't fast.
Exactly.
You know, but they thought we were rhyming fast, so by it being four of us, we began compared to other groups and different things of that nature. But once we got in concert together, everybody seen the difference. They seen our energy and our flow styles were different. We even named the style of the way we rhyme. We used to call it the rodeo style, and we had an acronym for it, the Rhymes of Dirty English Organization. You know, we was the organization that
I mean, it's fitting. The rodeo, you know, you're riding a horse, you're riding the track, you're kind of in and out of it, you know.
Yeah.
The patterns, I definitely see that name's fitting. But you know, we're here by way of friends and family, right? Shout out to Will Gates. You know,
yeah, that's my friend.
That's your friend.
Yeah.
I see that you're collaborating with him. Talk to me a little bit about what's going on with Coldhard right now. What a lot of people might not know, or what you're passionate about now, and what you're focusing on right now.
I'm passionate about unity.
Unity.
I'm passionate about people being together and actually meaning it and wanting to move forth as a team. You know, no matter what nation you believe in, no matter what ground or town you come from, I want you to encounter me and feel the pure love that I have for togetherness and how much I care about the city. What's going on with me right now is I'm trying to do it all, and you know, through God I can. I'm trying to do it all, and I mean it all. That's whatever you can name that consists of going to the top, you know, or whatever you can name that's gonna keep me in front of the eye of all people, where I can entertain. This is what I like to do. I love to entertain. I love to laugh. I love to rap. I love to sing. I love to joke. You know, I love to collaborate. I love to have friends. You know, I'm not starving for any of it, but I love it. This is what I like to do, and thank God I paired up with some guys that believe in me and believe in my acting skills and give me lead roles in movies and let me do my goddamn thing. And I'm thankful to Bo G. Simmons for rolling out with me from day one at shooting at movies myself. I'm also a video director, and also I shoot movies as well. And I couldn't have a better team of guys. You know, shouts out to Bo G. Simmons, and shouts out to Will Gates. And also shouts out to my guys from Bulgaria, Frontline Hustle. My man's Mati and my man's Big Shah. They're from Bulgaria. That's also my video team and movie guys. You know, I love doing this stuff. Damn, yeah. I really do love doing it, and it brings people together. And the cast, we all became family. We loving each other. You know, we checking on each other, and we helping each other make it through the next stages of you know, being in movies, actors and actresses. You know what I'm saying?
So over the years, you know, whenever I've mentioned you to people, or anyone who I've had a conversation with, you know, your energy is, you know, the first thing that everyone talks about. You know, you're a ball of energy.
Indeed.
You know, you have this this thing that follows you around that says you're this amazing storyteller, this animated storyteller. So with that said, I want to really just, you know, be a fly on the wall here for a second, you know, and let me just paint the scene, right?
Yeah.
Wherever you want to place this at, you know, you're at the cusp of your career, right? Yeah. The top, you're looking down at everything, or straight across anything. What would you say is Coldhard's most craziest story throughout his journey in Crucial Conflict or in the music business? And I know you probably have a million of them, but for today, I need you to pick the one that you recollect the most, that you love, and give it to me in Coldhard fashion, right?
You talking about like something funny or wild? You know what I'm saying? Because I had some funny moments, and I've seen some wild moments.
Let's go wild, man. Give me the wild shit.
Yeah.
You know, give me
I
something that's gonna,
we were on tour. We was in Florida. I think it was Miami. It was the Big Willie Awards. Jermaine Dupri was being awarded for being a Big Willie. He done brought out all these records and everything. So the house full. Everybody who's somebody up in there. New Edition. Everybody in there. Usher. I can name Missy Elliott. Everybody's there, man. We go to the after party there. The Wu-Tang Clan in the building.
Oh, wow.
Busta Rhymes. It's just great at this party. You got R. Kennelly, put it in your mouth.
Right.
Put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth. He on stage doing his set, and Old Dirty Bastard walk on stage and snatch the mic and say, "Who wanna get fucked in the butt by old DB?"
Oh man. Well,
fuck R. Kennelly. Wu-Tang, nigga. You did. Another motherfucker jump on the mic. "Hey, Luke, sit down them big old niggas up here right quick, man." Gunshots go off in the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? We tucked under the stairs somewhere. I see Busta Rhymes come past. Come on, son. Come on, son. You see motherfuckers scattering and running. We make it out to the front. Our road manager, he from the Bahamas. He see us. "Where the fuck was y'all at, man? What was y'all at? I don't do this nigga shit." He cussing us out. "I don't do this nigga shit." Well, it was a wild last night, man. On the real side, like I never forget it. Like that was a wild last night.
The Wild Wild West with hip hop cast, right?
Yeah, that was a wild last. But then nobody get hurt. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? But it was tough. It was some shit in there, man. And then another time. But this one, wow, this was like an inspirational moment that did it for me. We was in California with Suge Knight. We drove from California to Vegas and went to the Source Awards. It's the first time we seen Snoop and we seen Daz and Corrupt, and I'm like, damn, there they go. That's them dudes, Joe, because I'm just listening to all that. I was at the park one day.
Yeah.
That's when I saw
straight pimping.
I'm loving that stuff.
Pimping in motion.
I'm loving that stuff. We really were, we liked Death Row. They was hard on the music side. But we at the awards, and Snoop gets on the mic and say, "Fuck the Source." And some motherfucker on stage was throwing up signs. One of the security knock him out the curtains. Psst. We damn, this at the awards. Man. And that was a crucial moment for me. Like, wow, these guys really they stumped down.
So I'm gonna have to. You just gave me the name, so we're gonna revisit you from time to time, and we're gonna get a crucial moment.
Yeah.
That's just 2 for today, but we'll get he's an official monthly visitor to the show, to Cash Talks, and he'll give us a crucial moment in hip hop history. I'm sure you have hundreds and hundreds of stories.
Oh man, that's a whole bunch of them, man. So many different stories.
But
man.
It's funny that you say the unity thing, because I feel that from you, right? You didn't have to embrace this Mexican from wherever he's from. Go ahead.
I don't know. Never had my phone on that. I don't know how I did that. I never had my phone on with it. Continue.
Yeah. So, you know, it's great that you mentioned the unity thing, because it's exactly what I felt through this whole interview or this process. You made everything really easy. It was easy going. You know, we moved this thing around 2 and 3 times, and you know, we all have been somewhere, been to the joint. You know, I got parole officers in the way and all of this stuff. So we had to shake a leg, but we ended up getting here. And you know, my concern was bringing that type of energy here on Monday, and I didn't want to give that to you, but I'm so grateful for you to spread that message of unity, and I hope
it's important, man.
That you know, it's been so hard. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm a staple here in the music industry in the city. People know me. A lot of people know me, you know, in the street and in the music. But it's been so hard, really, for me to get a hold of people. Just pick up your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talked to Will. He's in here. I don't got Cole's number. I was like, man, Cole gave me his number at a birthday party. Let me just call him and see if he'll just come, and right away.
But you got to call.
It was like boom, you know. And then I started with all the texting and shit. And Will's like, bro, he don't do all that shit. He don't do the group message shit. Just call him, and he's gonna be there, and he's gonna pick up. Yeah. So I'm grateful for you. Thank you for coming. Man. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better first show with somebody who gives me like good energy, good vibes, and put something that positive out there, you know, to everyone, and how, you know, rough the streets are right now and everything that's going on in all our inner cities. Like, for you to put that message of unity out there. You know, I want to amplify that. Yeah. You know, I nothing else really matters to me, and you know, in this interview, other than your messages. I feel like it's something that's deep. It's something that means something to you, and we need more leaders and people like that.
I appreciate it, man.
But this won't be the last time, you know. We'll turn the mics on, and we'll sit in here, and we'll have another crucial moment, as we've coined it.
Hey, you know, they named it telephone so you could tell a motherfucker something. You know what I'm saying? They didn't name it textaphone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They named it telephone so you can tell a motherfucker something, man. And I give out my number for those purposes, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me something.
Tell me something.
Don't text me.
Don't text me. You know? Talk to me, man.
I apologize.
Anybody. I'm talking about anybody. I like to talk.
Let me explain myself.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I had no choice but to text, because for the last 3 years I had a phone in prison, so I really couldn't tell nobody shit. Because if I was telling somebody through the phone, I was getting caught on the phone. So I had to do the texting. So texting became key to me.
And
you know, and then I got start emailing and writing. Tune in to Cash Talks, and make sure you like and subscribe for everything Cash.